Did you know that your mind, your thinking faculty, is an abstract entity? Yes, you've never thought of that, right? By that I mean, you cannot see it with your naked eyes, you cannot touch it with your hands, but you can see and feel its action. Join me in this video as we take a look at 10 things you need to know about your mind.
Chris, Igobasi CEO Mind Bust Entertainment.
Hello, Mind Bust Nation. Yes, let's gather once again. There is an update. In today's update, we shall be looking at 10 things you should know about your mind. Now, at Mind Bust Nation, this period we'll be looking at getting to know the mind, the part of you that thinks, the part of you that reasons, the part of you that feels, and the part of you that remembers. That part of you that enables you to be conscious of your world, your environment, and your experiences over time. The series started with what is the human mind. We went further to look at what Steve Harvey, a popular American TV host show, has to tell us about the mind. So in today's episode, we shall be looking at 10 things you should know about your mind. But before then, remember to please like and share this video with someone, with your friends, your loved ones, and your colleagues. Remember to subscribe to Mind Bust TV on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, formerly Twitter, and on TikTok for more mind transforming information. Please don't mind where I find myself at the moment. Being that as it may, we're still going to push. Our dream is more important than anything. What the mind sees is more important than what the eye sees. So we will keep on fighting and pushing until this dream becomes a reality. Having said that, let's dive into the video. Number one, the content of the human mind. As we speak right now, no one knows the exact content of the human mind. Although studies have shown that it is the brain that creates the mind, but the mind operates on its own, and it can change the brain and its function. The activities of the brain can be affected by the mind. Number two, the mind's thought pattern. Now, thinking or self-talk is the mind thought pattern. I want you to know today that for practical purposes, thinking and self-talk are the same thing. When you spend time thinking over a particular thing, or when you are talking to yourself, that is the mind thought pattern. Thirdly, the mind's activities. Now, did you know that you can practically watch your mind's activity? Yes, you can do that through a process called mindful awareness. What did I say? Mindful awareness, or self-observation, or observing ego. And the good news is that you can do all this. You can observe your mind without disrupting the activities of the mind. Number four, the mobility of the mind. Your mind, my mind, is a living thing that can move and run to anywhere, I mean anywhere. And this explains why you can be present here, but your mind is somewhere else. Has this happened to you? Yes, it has happened to me severally. For example, when I am now, I am at a particular place, but my mind is not here. I am walking in a bush, in a forest, moving around. In fact, throughout last night to this morning, I've not had a good sleep. But do you know what? This video must be made. My mind is at where I should make the video. Although physically I am somewhere else, and that's how it is. Your mind is a living thing that moves and runs to anywhere. You can be here, but your mind can be in London, your mind can be in Lagos, in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, as the case may be. Your mind is mobile. Number 5, the independency of the mind. Now, the human mind is so independent that it has a mind of its own. You get that? The mind, your mind, my mind, has a mind of its own. I want you to know today that your mind has a mind of its own that cannot be completely controlled. You can only manage it. Did you get that? You can only manage the mind of the mind. It cannot be completely controlled. Bear that in mind. Okay, before I go further to tell you the 6th one, please remember to like and share this video with someone. Support our effort. We are doing our best to ensure that you get a good knowledge of your mind. You get to understand your mind, because having an understanding of a particular subject matter will give you a control over that particular matter. And you know what? Your mind is your powerhouse. It is the mind that determines the outcome of your life. So, subscribe to Mindboss TV on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, formerly Twitter, and on TikTok for more mind transforming information. Now to the 6th thing you need to know about your mind. The mind's effect on the brain. The activities of the human mind has a great effect on the human brain. Your mind can change your brain. Not this. Whenever you create a new thought, whenever you think about a new thing, you automatically rewire your brain according to your thought pattern. And at that time, your brain creates new neurons, sensory cells called neurons in the brain that acts according to what you thought about. That is how the mind affects your brain. That's why what you are doing physically is a product of what is going on in your mind. Listen to this. It is the activities of the mind that determines what happens in the brain. And it is what happens in the brain that determines what happens in the physical, what you do in the physical. That's how your mind affects your brain. Number 7, the mind's response to self-talk. The mind listens whenever you talk to yourself. Now, do you know that just by simply feeling words, you can calm your mind and change your brain? Yes. By simply feeling words, taking time to listen to words, you can calm down your mind and change your brain. Number 8, the biasness of the mind. Your brain, my brain, our brain has a negative biasness. And this explains why we tend to react more strongly to negative things than positive things. And studies have shown that humans can react more strongly to negative things than to positive things. Why? Because your brain has a negative bias. But this can be corrected by deliberately using your mind power to teach your brain to be happier. Number 9, the mind's learning ability. Your mind has the ability to learn new things. And the best way to feed your mind is through learning. Enriching your mind by learning new things changes your brain and rewires it. The good news is that this is applicable to both old and young. Age is not a barrier, which means that anybody can learn something new. Anybody can study no matter your age. And number 10, the human mind is an abstract entity. Oh yes, your mind, my mind is an abstract entity. By that I mean you cannot touch it physically, you cannot see it physically, but you can feel and see its action, its activities. Note here that you may not physically see the mind or touch the mind, but you cannot deny its actions and the results it produces. Suffice me to say here that everything that is happening to you now is as a result of what is going on in your mind. I've always said that the totality of a man's physical activity is a function of what goes on in his or our mind. And this is what explains this quote vividly. So far in this video, we have unveiled to you the content of the mind, the mind's thought pattern, the mind's activities, the mobility of the mind, the independency of the mind, the mind's effects on the brain, the mind's response to self-talk, the biasness of the mind, the mind's learning ability, and that the human mind is an abstract entity. Hope you have learned something from this video. Get to know your mind better so that you have a better control of your life. Guess what? My name remains Igobasi Chris, the leader of Mindfulness Nation, a place where we are building a people with the winner's mindset. We believe at Mindfulness that if you can think, if you can believe, and if you can take action, then you can achieve any dream of your choice. Why? Because whatever the human mind can conceive, believe, and if action is taken, the mind can achieve it. Please do well to subscribe to Mindboss TV on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, formerly Twitter, and on TikTok for more mind transforming information. Kindly like and share this video with your friends, your colleagues, and your loved ones. By doing that, you are supporting us to keep producing more videos. Do you know what? Your comments and contributions are also needed because it will help us to learn more and create more videos like this. Thanks for always being there. See you in the next video. I love you.